Hello, welcome. Today is Sunday, February 23, 2025. This is Z Global Dispatch. Stay informed, stay ahead, stay global. Subscribe and hit the bell. The world won't wait, and neither should you. Today's agenda.
News Article 1. Trump claims U.S. Ukraine deal on rare earth minerals are pretty close. Sparks controversy over resource demands. News Article 2. Italian PM Meloni applauds JD. Vance's CPAC speech urging nationalist unity in Europe. Detailed report. Trump claims U.S. Ukraine deal on rare earth minerals are pretty close. U.S. President Donald Trump announced last week that a deal with Ukraine over access to its rare earth mineral reserves is pretty close. But negotiations have ignited debate due to Trump's reported demand that Ukraine relinquish 50% of these resources as compensation for past American military aid. Ukraine, home to vast deposits of graphite, lithium, titanium, and rare earth elements, critical for green energy, electronics, and defense technologies, has seen these reserves become a geopolitical flashpoint. Roughly half of these resources lie beneath territories currently occupied by Russian forces, complicating extraction and ownership claims. Trump's proposal, framed as a compensation for U.S. support during the ongoing war with Russia, has drawn sharp criticism from Ukrainian officials. Ukraine's resources belong to its people, said Oleksiy Danilov, Secretary of Ukraine's National Security Council. Any discussion of ceding them is unacceptable while our land remains under occupation. Analysts warn the demand could set a risky precedent, undermining Ukraine's sovereignty and economic future. Moscow, meanwhile, has dismissed the talks as irrelevant, asserting control over occupied regions. The former President Biden team declined to comment on Trump's claims, reiterating its stance that post-war reconstruction deals must prioritize Ukrainian sovereignty. Experts highlight the ethical and logistical challenges. A linking aid to resource access risks exploiting vulnerable nations, said Ian Bremer of Eurasia Group. Moreover, Russia's control over key deposits makes any agreement unenforceable without their involvement. Detailed report. News Article 2. Italian PM Meloni applauds JD Vance's CPAC speech, urging nationalist unity in Europe. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni publicly praised U.S. Senator J.D. Vance, R. Ohio, for his speech at the Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC, in Washington, D.C. last week, calling it a clarion call for European conservatives. Vance's address, which emphasized nationalist policies, border security, and skepticism of globalism, resonated deeply with Meloni's right-wing government. Vance's message to Europe, speaking to a crowd of conservative activists, Vance urged European leaders to reject supranational bureaucracies, a veiled critique of the European Union, and instead prioritize national sovereignty and traditional values. He praised Meloni's government as a model for protecting cultural identity and cautioned against excessive reliance on U.S. support. Europe must defend itself. Meloni's enthusiastic endorsement. Meloni, leader of the Brothers of Italy party, shared a video of Vance's speech on social media, declaring it a blueprint for defending Western civilization. Her alliance with Vance underscores deepening ties between US and European conservatives, particularly on issues like immigration restriction and opposition to progressive climate policies. Reactions and implications. While lauded by the right, the speech drew criticism from centrist EU figures. Vance's vision ignores the realities of collective security, said Renew Europe leader Stéphane Séguéné, referencing Vance's past opposition to US aid for Ukraine. Meanwhile, CPAC platforming of European far-right figures, including representatives from Germany's AfD, has raised concerns about growing transatlantic nationalist movements. Context. Meloni's embrace of Vance aligns with her domestic agenda, which includes stringent immigration laws and policies promoting Italy's birth rate. Political analysts suggest the partnership aims to legitimize nationalist policies ahead of June's European Parliament elections, where right-wing parties are projected to gain seats. As U.S. Europe relations evolve, the Meloni-Vance nexus highlights a shifting ideological axis, one that prioritizes sovereignty over solidarity, a trend likely to shape global conservatism for years to come. And that's your world. And what shapes your world today, reported. Thank you for joining us on Z Global Dispatch. If today's coverage brought you clarity, smash that like button, subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss an update. We're here because you're here. Drop a comment below telling us what story gripped you most or what you'd like to see next.